Sulgiax de Technique News. Good afternoon, everyone. Luam Godu Gagoidixon. My heart is so happy that everyone is here, and I'm going to get this thing rolling right away because I'm really excited for us all to learn from the good words in Nuu-Chah-Nulth speaking territory today. So I'll take care of a bit of business first. Samoiget, Simgiget, Sigidum Hana'a, Abad Guach, Tachni Nigera Galtsap. Respected chiefs, leaders, honored women, young ones, and everyone in this community. Arlene Deptuk Duayu, Ganhada Deep Tegu, Kitsum Kalam di Wil Watgu, Lachubum Snunemoch Gwa'a, Heitzepka Snunemoch, Ayeltkanu, Hakathel Shanu, Language Coach, First Peoples Cultural Council, Yagwa Sualoksa Samalyach, Toiksit Nusum, Tachni Samalyach Titsa Sum, Tla Batla Skun, Ada Tla Gwelga Lak. My name is Arlene Deptuk. I belong to the Raven family of the Kitsum Kalam community, and I'm calling in from Snunemoch territory. And I feel fortunate to live on Snunemoch ancestral lands. I'm a Samalgach learner and Batla Skun. The cedar mat has been laid out, Gwelga Lak, and I should say the virtual cedar mat and the virtual fire has been lit for us today with this good work. This is the 5th session of the Language of Wellness webinar series, and today we will be exploring Nuu-Chah-Nulth, language revitalization and its relationship with community wellness. This webinar series is held in partnership between First Peoples Cultural Council, First Nations Health Authority, Vancouver Island Region, and Bay Wellness. These partners and community relationships make it possible for us to hear important teachings from fluent speakers and language champions. I would also like to acknowledge right now the work of our team. There's a really great team behind all of this to bring this webinar together. And from First Nations Health Authority, Jessica Barudin, Larissa Koser, Sarah Argumedo, and from Bay Wellness, Marco Cafiero, Kira Jack, and Farron Charlie. The Language of Wellness webinar series has been a 5-part series that focused on Indigenous language revitalization on Vancouver Island. And these webinars highlight important linkages found between language and health, with an aim to demonstrate how language learning and revitalization can be a holistic approach to health and well-being. In this series, we have highlighted 4 of the 6 Vancouver Island languages: Nuu-Chah-Nulth, Hulk Aminum, Senchothan, and Kwakwala. Just a friendly reminder, the webinar is being recorded and will be posted for later viewing. And also note that we are using a Zoom webinar format, which means we cannot see or hear participants. In the spirit of sharing and our collective commitment with lateral kindness, please feel welcome to post any questions for our panelists in the Q&A feature at the bottom of the Zoom screen. Today it is my honor to welcome the Nuu-Chah-Nulth language team, Levi Martin, JC Lucas, Jutska, L. Rorik, and Simka Martin. Levi Martin is a Nuu-Chah-Nulth elder born in Opitsat, a Cloquiet Nation village on Mears Island. Levi is a recognized knowledge holder, teacher, and has been particularly active in promoting language revitalization. His Nuu-Chah-Nulth name is Kamoth. one who is all-knowing. J.C. Lucas is from the Hesquiat Nation on Nuu-Chah-Nulth territory. He is a residential school survivor. He became sober in May 1980 and has been practicing culture ever since. He is currently a cultural support worker at Sautan Lalem and teaches Nuu-Chah-Nulth at the Hesquiat community classes. Chutska Larorik is a Hesquiat Nuu-Chah-Nulth woman and language activist and runs several language classes, teaching alongside Levi Martin and J.C. Lucas. She recently co-hosted a Nuu-Chah-Nulth Language of Prayer Zoom with elders that hosted over 70 Nuu-Chah-Nulth women for 2 nights. And I'm really hopeful we get to hear a little bit about that today as well too. Simcha Martin is of Nuu-Chah-Nulth, Cleoquiet, and Quebecois descent. She grew up in her home territory of Cleoquiet, where she worked for many years in Tofino's bustling tourism scene as a cultural canoe guide, outdoor entrepreneur, and guide trainer. Simcha enjoys participating in creative arts and music. Simcha is learning and sharing her Cleoquiet heritage language and is an advocate for the health of the birthplace of this language and culture. I acknowledge that I am a language learner. I appreciate the patience and understanding with my pronunciation. Toiksit Newsome. So I'm honored to invite Elder Levi Martin Gamuth to start us off in a good way. I pass the virtual talking stick over to you, Levi. Waiwa.
We're doing a chant, like whatever is in your heart is what goes into the chant. White touches are not possible. However, at the end of the however, create God miracle now. At the end of the ihan was Jeesus näkemät kontaktemat ja kyllä ja tähän tekemään mistä hakesivat ja saatani sulle tutkinut että haisi vai käsitänä saataville vai käsitänä Nuu-Chah. Joo, tako.
I believe we're going to move into a series of prayer chants for a time for the four of you to share that piece. And I wonder if it would be helpful if all four were on the screen together at this time, or would you like to just individually?
Oh, yeah, as محسنش أنيتناس. Oh, maybe we could just watch أنيتناس. قاقويتس أنيتناس يكلاي. تيقا.
You. Tlekoya itsuasha moro chachamate. Siyaksiya nitsnas haimayesat hastakshit haishkui. Nuu-Chah-Nulth. Tasishli makstina at kakwapken. Tlekoya itsuash tleko. And he yakstab succeeds chukwawa. Tleko. Ju haitsekiak ishchak. Umatsuknas wa iqnas uchakihal hinaisis min hadle. Osh haitahais ken haitahanismai. Osh color, form, and energy in the universe, and asking you to take care, Creator, take care of us. And it's a very simple chant. Whoa, hey. Yeah. And that's, I use that chant since the early 80s when I first got the song. And it's kept me sober, it's kept me clean. And I sing it for everyone. Unachas highness my inishuk tawak. Ishuk satawak. We machtle tlod shitlen ishuk tawak. True.
Ooh. Well, you have.
And we'll continue now with Chutzka and Simka sharing. Sorry about that, JC.
To a little further introduction. Thank you for the introductions, Arlene. Uklas tliik. Uchesh Simka Martin. Histakshit tla ukoyat. Uchoks nu uiksu tutakwis nabshit Joe Martin. Uchoks iksu Nicole Gervais. Uchoks atla Naniqsu ahku kamat ish JC ish ukschain chutska. So kat uksish. Happy to be here. So I'll share, I don't have a chant, but I'll share a prayer that I learned from Naniqsu Kamat. It's a why kashitlanas, tlak wanish sutilnas, hatzi in tlitmaksti, ha nas, chamapis apin. Chu. Over to you, Chutzka.
Chu, tliik. Chu, chumkstupsin ha in mit itsush nerhel, kamat anitnas, tliik, ahissetil. Uklas Chutzka, uklas, kin qashtakum taqsups. Hishkuyaqsups, Hoxa Ichum, Karen, Hish Steve Charlson, Ichum Aqs. Yet Hishel Ayisak Ichum Aqs. This takshit look mits Nana Nexu, Jean Little, Ahozaqsup, Hish Steve Charlson Senior, Hishkuyat Nanixak Squakis Amti. Chutzqillammu uqwa yaqit amti chutzqillammu uqwa nituk amti chutzqa uqops ahwal qo asit amti anahis unax mamalniqit amti Leila Rorik uqops qo atit amti chumstups in hinchitl su na ichitl newa no qaqtls tiqa hohtik shihab sichil tiqai tiq biqum Pat Charlson Senior hashkuyat hohtik shihab newa Yaqi hohtik shih tiqasa hishquit language class luchin tlatqo in the evenings. Hohtik shihab Pat Charlson Senior. 90 years old atlish Pat Senior. Hohtik shihab newa hohtik shitl nuk Pat kuyo ye tlaqachitl hishqui while he was growing up in Hashgui, Yakchas, his neighbor, would go out in the morning and sing this prayer chant. And so he's been teaching it to our class. And we have about a collection of about 70 people that come in and out of our evening Hashgui class. And everybody has learned this song from him. So he's done a really good job teaching us. Let's take Biqam. True. Hi-ya-ho, 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 like I should fly. 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 Hiniin ha'akmes, hiniin tluth misuknas, like I should fly. Hiniin ha'akmes, hiniin tluth misuknas, like I should fly. Hi-ya-ho, 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 like I should fly. Hi-ya-ho, 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 like I should fly, like I should fly. Nuu-Chah-Nulth Hashgui. That song comes from Hashgui people, and Hashgui people can sing that, especially the way that Tseq Biqum witnessed that song being sung every morning, especially good to Tlupqat Kusu, Tla Itchi, Ahad Tsetaqink, to Arlene, Suwai.
Toik Sutnusum. That's our way of expressing our gratitude in Samalgach for sharing with us all an important practice that's rooted in your language. What a beautiful, so many beautiful sounds. And it just is very peaceful to hear. I'm looking forward to learning more from Levi now. I understand, Levi, that you would like to share with us some teachings on tree medicine.
Chu. O matsukach nisha o teach misukhen. teach me suknun who itachtas bishuk wikida patukna ko yaksum bishuk sa ko hil itachtas ukhen tsachitskwa khenasa ko nana nexo osomat ko wa abskwal ha chachum hasinam usum chatko itachtin utsachital saak ilkha was ako yakoyat khenhasa pe outward yakol khenako teach me sukhenwa so just homies was not so quit homies jane chitchink we gonna sila so quit chitchink adishal chan o quink o quink at homies that chunha batchen hat set slip maxi chachum hasenap huge hops in high na shuks in hop slip maxi Ayaish Ayasaish o Isa Pitachtas Yakos Kanako o Quitlakmapt o Zaku Ha Agbach o Yed Nada o Sumna Taku Wikinish Alahaku Na Excessive Quit Chani o Quink Echogako Qua Upkin He's Saxon Hako Qua o was not as Caitlin was heat up Caitlin or not an Namchitasa Quakinako is Sak Yak was with us then Qua about us can o La Koha Aquak o E Tohmap was La Naako Yak Atabutas at Fan Oak Tisna Ko Upas Qua about that Koako so Shumi West Ko Upas o Yako Otak o Orako Yak Matsakan Qua Absquiz Nana Nexo Osumt Qua Absquiz Hafako teach sumt Qua Absquiz Klalako Chia sumt Sak what has to be how hat said ko Qua Abskanako Chumhe o the hat for Tasasfana o so ha mo watch Usaya ha exit Usaya ha exit o e Janat at Koako Itachlin Chicken Usaya ha exit o eako Yakib shed at Ko so ha mo watch nachtach oksum yakoyat kantako itlajis minai isup yahtu kokosa oyada oyipatatko whatsapatatko ako ha akshitat o equip atat yak chasken mas jumakhen ako o ikwedi kwa utaya ko kwa amitkan ako itakta sutsa winyo ako kwa akaha ayasay o iyako wasaka padmitsala ko yakuk mutis no uyakso subkwit akap ma pekako on sich masapi utasatko sak ukulatlaha o kunchit chani asa o kunkhana ko nana next khana on uranahat ohana ko na atahat ohavitasat na ko uyet khachiat ab siksen abutasapat sich masapi utasatko akokhleutas ukurnetaalha yakok mutis no uyakso akokhlatisas sich masapasatko wawa o shiya khok wiki akokhle wiktomataktomatsko astakokhlat akakatwatun wa admins on ota ayatnish iachmis wa absquiskas itachtas wasak unagnatahako iachmis ako kwa akitkhasako mammasni yakulit khasa Jesus Christ so quit you quite fucking kwa ushuya quite great Jesus Christ mitcha up yaks great week ataput chachum haya bakut ta isminhay cheers nas il sadonot yet soda il sado il ayatsuk so I'm just going to explain a little bit about what I was talking about in English. The forest is very sacred to our people. I mean, that's where our ancestors went whenever they needed anything. They went into the forest to prepare themselves if they needed to go out to get salmon or moat, deer, or even like the whales, air seals. Whatever they needed, they would go into the forest to prepare themselves and connect to the spirit of the water, connect to the spirit of the trees. And they do their spiritual ceremonies in the sacred pools, in the sacred river, using the sacred elements that the Creator has provided us. A cedar. The used cedar is one of our powerful medicines that we use when we are cleansing ourselves in a sacred pool, in a river, or just in a forest. And the other one is like the hemlock. Hemlock, when we go to the hemlock, we ask for good energy and good medicine from the hemlock, so that whoever we come into contact with, we will share that energy and that medicine without having to do anything, just having that connection with our people. And other one that we use a lot is our spruce. We use spruce to do our cleansing ourselves, to make ourselves worthy to do what we need to do, whether it be God, to provide for our family. When we go out and get the salmon, and when we bring the salmon back home, that's a spiritual ceremonies that we did before going out to get the salmon. That salmon becomes very powerful medicine for the family and for the community. So that is one of the reasons why our people shared everything that they got with the family and the community, so that they would receive some good energy and good medicine. So that was one of the things, like, that our ancestors always did. And they said to us, like, in order to have a healthy community, a healthy family, we must be the source of health. We must do what we need to do to keep ourselves healthy. When we go out in a healthy state and catch a salmon, then we share that medicine. Like I say, look, there is a lot of things that we do out in the forest, connecting to the different plants out there. One of the things that I've learned to do is, like, connect to a plant, and it's like Reiki, very much like Reiki. Like, a Reiki master can give an attunement to somebody, and that person will gain ability to do some healing work when they've been attuned with Reiki. So we do the same thing with the plants when we can go out there and connect with the spirit of the plant and gain the healing energy from these plants. There is a lot out there. And I think that's all I'm going to say for now. True. True.
Yo. So quick تلقبت تلح ناسي تلقبت وإيد ستك.
Apatak so is with a apatak. It's actually the bread of life. What? Casey?
It's stuck nice.
I think this sounds like a really good segue into the immersion conversation that we were hoping to share, or that your group was hoping to share as well. Just before we move into that, I just want to say Lukwil and Toix, and a great big thank you, Levi, for sharing that teaching that's roots your language with your plants and trees that are in your area. And I think something that really stood out for me there was the space that we gave for you to share or begin that sharing in the language. It really, really warms my heart to hear so much of our language shared in a space for others to hear and become comfortable with. And so I really, really appreciate how you shared in your language those teachings as well too. And I do, yeah, that's a really great segue into some immersion conversation that you guys have been working on, and as a way to revitalize your language and revitalize Nuu-Chah-Nulth, I should say. And so I would be honored for you to share with us an immersion experience, and yeah, just go for it. I love it.
أعتقد ما حسسوت الكامت ومتسوك مدتك هيتاكتلس, and today is Earth Day. Nismachil matak. Hadok nismachil. Uwirtnish ahku hitaktlas sujas hishuklakaptu hish sashtup. I'm just really grateful that you spoke about the importance and sacredness of the forest, considering that there is logging of our ancient ancestral gardens, ancient forests happening still all over Vancouver Island. And so grateful that you shed light on that today. Tleko, Chu.
Yeah, ich tüssen. Yuko his hay kwa utsuk. Tleko asish. Tleko. Chutska. Chumachta. Ha hoopje, ha matten, ha hoopje so. Kukwa ikso. Isak. Tleko ya itsuwasho. Ya istoya chitle makstitla. Kukwa matsak. Tlekaya hay. Levi. Itaktas. En sasa aya. Au itaktas. Ha Muslims. Qaaqan Muslims nishtsakwachitlo. Aha is teachings ishuktsawak. Hay Muslims akhin. Ina hayusi yuqwa hay. Tayak slibai. Hay kwa utsak. Hay tlaok squaw. Nu mag niet slatjes in hoogtekenen in ishuktsawak. We keep slatjes ja oostjak. Ja oostjak saish. Ja oostjak. We goes so slatjes had awak mis. Ach kwaken ishuktsawak. Tlako yaitsuwashamoya. Tlako. Joe.
True, tloyet slip maqsti. En hochtig shehab het knewa. O tup hetaktlas. O i utnah. Kwitlak mapt. You qua ish, jamacht ish you qua ha umpal. O kun kwakmis. Wa? Dad kwakmis. O kun kwitlak mapt. Ahat tuahmapt. Wixish tuahmapt. O nood. Hoopie massa is tuahmapt. Newa.
You.
Jamachte mit weqstut. Na ichitsutil. ونحتاج سوحة تلاقوها استشتب منح ها سا
Equal upijit iuqao wahwash.
Milay ko hoksam wahwash.
Ja, equal. Cook.
Cook. Milay takshit wah.
وهاد نجال يخوك من تينا يقصو ويكيجال أمتك واقفاش سيدا أشبك وسو واقفاش أمتك أقمتك أختر أن تحوي أقمتك محسسو
أتلمس
تو
واسقي ويتسحن ويكيتشيد أحول تلح مسلم
سي واسلكشت واسكوي
واسقي ويتسحن ويكيتشيد أحول أحكوي تلح مسلم واسقي ويتسحوي الأحول
وكيتشيت هاي تامسي تي هاش تامس هاك كويس حنشيت لايا وبيتلوس جامحتقن إيتاكتلس وإتلوي ناقشت وحول هاتلقن هاك أو ويكشحن وماكتنيش ما خواس وإيت أنا حني وأمحني وإيت هاك خن أو استقشت الناس يشك استقشت الناس وكاشت الناس ish, true.
Mm.
In translation, I just wanted to say a little bit of what I was saying. It is true that we need to go into the woods in this battle against this great virus that's thrown the whole world into commotion and taken many lives. And it's such a powerful thing, always transforming, always changing. And we need to be the ones to be taking that medicine and to let other people know, those that we trust, that there is a whole pile of medicine waiting to help us in this fight against COVID. True.
Kwartatluk na ko isal si ay taktin sukwil ohwal sa alaha which can I see map
Oh,
ohwal nuf it sitala ha akwak o that go some meta vaccination
needs kna wish cannot much non nexo puta
oh
in 80s or mid 80s, I guess it was, or 87, I think. At Hanetsuk. Wishkin God, that's here. This is your favorite tree, he said. So, okay. I hear you, Grandpa. Home Mace. Yeah, this is your favorite tree. Yeah, but I still use it today. I don't use it as regularly as I should, but I do use it. And I used it yesterday in the brushing. And all the other trees that you would balsam. In this area, they used a lot of balsam. Yeah, and when the Spanish flu came, they used Kachmin and the other, what the heck is it called?
It's a hawk.
Yeah, they used that and but those two things in particular they used when the Spanish flu came, and it eradicated out of our people. True.
Ooh. Aya isla ko sa stoop or
Oh.
Aqua or sa stoop. Yuka unak sa stoop ustakyo.
Oh. Yeah.
Og at mit wejster var at jeg kunne tis nu ved at nanne så kamat har jo også jo kvar. Og at der var at som to. Der var at matase noget. Og jeg at mit wejster har nattut som to jeg et. Og hej til du kan have og i der kunne skrive tro han nattut jeg siger klar og i og der sker der no wire sin hej jeg kunne ikke kunne ikke så no wires not så sin hej just stoop et jo fra dit sin hej et stoop godt og et dit stoop så under der har Tani siger
Mutis bukkumis Shiat Kuyak Siltasis Kunika and Jukalakam Oksumde. Yeah, but 9 feet tall. Hook yak up ship, clear hook. Titsi Kanikan High, Ush Himsaknaks, Ush Ta or Koas. The Opat Koha in the Key, Quispasat Ha Pokumisi. Yeah, but that wide, real wide, tall. I'd say it's shitly, wicked shit. Yeah, Aquamutish. Yes, out here, Nayum, Aquaikaya. Yes, Kuyuk Silsan dance, high. Clean there. Oh, on the prairies, Kuyuks. Shit, suit Jesse. Much shit, oh. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, I walked in. Yeah. I had to see who paid her walked in. We is on high. Ich hook. Ich shook her. Yachmasi. Achknahas. Hey, Yahish.
Katsai.
Yeah. Nuu-Chah-Nulth umatak kuyaks fasting utsachitsi kakawasmati. Islas nintakha crossmuti. Equal seho Hakitchit Taqiasat se Zitzikin Yahai Uchmis Hupkum O Yak Qua Ikhai Istakshit Ho Kiltsmaat. Went all over in the base, and then it came to me and picked me up. Utsachepha, old building with the see, we hadn't seen Naata Mahsat, Isho, Puputsa in Manitoba. Sleeping outside this elder's house in a tent trailer. And finally, Louise Roberts and Burl Carty stopped. They said, "Oh, good, tell us." Nobody else would listen. "Oh, thank you, somebody to hear me." So I told them what happened, and Louise just said, "That's really, really good." And then before that, we were traveling around from Port Alberni to Nitnat and then Bamfield and Ucluelet. And when we were driving around and I was fasting, we came out to and himself, is Jack. We marked it in a Upu Kostik, how it's such it, house Hashkoi, who are such it, Yakun Knux, Port Alberni, we napiach, so such a house or such it, we keep going, and as that Father Jerry Oxumdi. I said, in English, I asked him, "Can I finish a fast here?" I'm on my third day of fasting. He said, "Oh, anywhere you want. There's just me and the maintenance man here. There's no clients here." So I picked where our old dining room was. The chapel was upstairs. When I put my medicine out, I go us buckskin, itch, or a prairie address, or a pipe, soup pipe, not sausage. Headdress on wicked, a pipe bucket floating around, and then a yacht. Wicked, such it. It kept going for quite a while. To it, let's see, in UWP ceremony, Melvin Graber. Koinot Hanitis Inib Prairie Medicine, his whole Kakos. And then I with such a Manitoba Sundance with us. Hi. West Coast Medicine showed up while I was over there. To say during the ceremony, how come they gave it to me that way? Chukwawa, that's Melvin Graber, when where it's like UWP. He said, they gave it to you that way because you can go anywhere and do teachings, he said. Otherwise, you would have got it one way or the other, but you got it both ways. so that you can travel anywhere and do teachings. So now I don't travel much, but I'm on Zoom traveling, and but I work in treatment centers and the jail and the Friendship Center here, and people from all over are there. So I don't have to travel now that I'm getting old and rickety. Mich te mis. En had ze mich meeste. Jo hou naks.
Jo. Oma tsukunista ala atsa tohta hohta suutsa tohta. Akwak itakiuhwa. Ayakuk aichit kukarijako. Oma tsuk ako trahaksak nachichitas tohta. Anahayat wik Chachome ohtak kusumi na chichiatko sawayatko satokhta usak minaha akshitachok yakok mitin wiak iskusen apshilukla wiak Usahitskwe ha akshitach satokhta Ishiak mutista ustakyo ha akshitachyo ha ustakyo o atkatsiat satokhta o atlawaiat We use not teach it. That's auch that ja. And has ha injit. That's mamukat hos. The way that hos. Upiet hos. Matukat kanako qua upgrade has none and next ustakil. Upi Okwil Sala ha injured. Slaik on Slaik as what at for do now be Hajani.
Oh, I should say good. I should say.
Well, it's a commit sitches no workso. Nana neksak mitnish chuska na ichiat tatsokta uqumqli ahaq sukwit chima ahaq tsoqshit tatsokta chilchil tatsokta hitaklint an hasshit kuyo ye kamet cook chilchit tatsokta hasmusuk tatsokta hisik
Chatma it's a hasut.
No worksa.
It's good medicine, man. Oh, shall do a hook. To the bookmis in is takshidishni amwawa in wiki hakish out ye. Yahak Unutlawa and Jamahtat colonized. Yahayat Mixwawat Wikish Bishmis Tusmis Akamis.
Wikish colonized Satochta.
There was I got a story from up northern BC here, and one of my relatives was up there, and so the guy started telling him that he seen the Sasquatch limping away. There were a family, but one couldn't run. So he went up to the Sasquatch and he looked at he had a thorn in his foot, and the guy helped it, took the thorn out, rubbed something on there. So he asked gifts, that guy.
Ahmad,
Hey.
akurat has. I mean you no harm, is it? I hayek. I mean you no harm. I hayek. Is that how it's said? No. True.
Those shahapnish or
Lugwil and Toyek sit newsome. De Technic newsome. Thank you so much to all of you. It's so beautiful to hear the language and the immersion and see some familiar expressions. Tsimka, I noticed a couple of times when the immersion was being shared, that familiar look that I have when I'm learning Somalia, where I'm looking up going, okay, what does that mean? And then you come back and then click on to something else that can keep you rolling along. And so it's beautiful to hear, beautiful to see the patience and determination, commitment in the work that you're doing. And I heard some beautiful references to connecting with our landscapes in our languages, and also some thoughtfulness with ways to communicate. I noticed that you also had a visual aid to help you at one point as well too. You grabbed looked like a headband or something to help with the exchange. JC, I really appreciated in your storytelling the hand gestures that allowed me to join in without interrupting your beautiful language, but allowed me to be a part of it. And so it's such an honor to walk beside you in all of this. I wonder if you might, we only have a few more minutes left, and if somebody might be willing to share some of the ways that the breathing this life into your language and using these tools to navigate that work, how this is contributed or been a part of either your wellness or wellness that you've witnessed in your community. If one of you might have some thoughts on that.
I can go. for a little bit. When I was in grade 7, I believe it was, Kama came into the public school that I was attending in Tofino and offered Nuu-Chah-Nulth as a language class as an alternative to French. And all the Nuu-Chah-Nulth kids joined in that class right away. And I just remember our excitement and our pride in being able to learn how to say things like stinky feet and count to 10. And we were just lit up. And I remember thinking like how cool Comet was and still is now. Just really fun and playful and helpful and open. And that certainly wasn't the kind of feeling I got from all the teachers in the school. And then we didn't get that offering again through the rest of my public school life. And so I'm just so grateful now to be able to help facilitate language in our community with the help of all our elders and language keepers. And for me personally, it really helps build identity and connection and is healing because the way that our language was taken away, it's reclaiming who we are and part of who I am. And I feel like I see that pride and I see that effect in our community members as well. So that's my Payib sense.
That could be a really great segue. And if Chutska might have some more that you would like to share around the Zoom gathering, the prayer Zoom gathering that you were hosting over this time that we're in with the, I believe it was 2 nights with elders, or that you had some Zoom prayers.
Yeah, I get to work a lot with our elders on our language because our elders are our last fluent speakers born into households where they were raised by their parents in our language and were able to hear it outside in the community around them before they got taken off to school, hey? And so it really resonates with me the way Timka talks about our language being sort of an inlet or a pathway into healing ways, because it helps to directly connect us to our ancestors all the way back and all the way forward, because even though there's been so much trauma happen to our people in the past century and a little bit more than that, there's still that connection to our ancestors who came before that and our ancestors who come after this, and it really makes you feel that our language is always going to be surviving through everything, no matter what happens to us. We always come up with groups of people who are willing to save it and pass it on and feel that connection with each other. So it's really and it all seems to have a real central focus on joining together in a prayer where you're really connecting to everything in the universe together through your language. So it's pretty amazing that this is where we come from, this is where we belong to, and this is the language that comes from this place. And that we can start to experience the world, even if we weren't born into our language, we can still experience the world through the understandings that our ancestors want us to have.
A beautiful gift and such a beautiful message, and Twigs at noon. We are coming up to the end of our gathering, and I wonder if there's, I just want to open up if you want to have space for any last comments around the connection between language revitalization and wellness for any of you. Mm.
Well, it's kept me sober, although I have no one to talk to but the Creator. So I use my language in all my ceremonies, sweat lodge and pipe and breathing and stuff like that. I use my language in talking to the Creator. But it is a key thing to get back to who you really are and to remember that you are not the trauma that happened to you, that you are you wherever you come from. True? But
Oh.
It's a good thing that Creator understands Nuu-Chah-Nulth. Nana'a. Huh? Yeah, one thing about the life and the things that we practice, that we're talking about going into the forest and getting the medicine, and we come out we don't really need to do anything. The people that we come into contact with, that they automatically get in touch with that energy, that that medicine. So elders were saying that in order to have a healthy community, a healthy family, you must be the source of health. So we don't really need to do a lot. It's I don't know, they say being healthy is contagious. True.
Well, that sounds to me like a really beautiful way to, I think, begin closing us off today. So I have a little bit of housekeeping. Just thanking, first of all, Nuu-Chah-Nulth, great big Samalgach thank yous to our panelists for such generous sharing in this important dialogue for Nuu-Chah-Nulth and all of us that are working at breathing life back into our Indigenous languages. So Toyiksit Newsome for your sharing and willingness to share your teachings with us today as we all navigate this path that we're on. Lugwal Toyiksit Newsome to all of those of you that have joined us today for this gathering. And just a friendly reminder that it's being recorded, and so it will be available on the First Nations Health Authority YouTube channel. And my understanding that the other videos from the 4 other sessions will be available on that YouTube channel for First Nations Health Authority soon. And you can also find it on the Khbe Wellness, the video. So there have been some silver linings in this difficult time, and one of them is access to online language learning. And I've had the honor to learn from Elder Sarah Booth, Lugwil Toiksit Newsome, Ada Nlodism, and Ama Hakathelsism. Thank you all so much. And I appreciate and respect you all for all your good work. And Gilksamaniskansim. I'm wishing you all to take care and stay safe. And in Somalgiach, we don't have a word for goodbye. We have Demalgic needs means we'll see you again. So with that, I will pass it over for our final prayer to close us off to our elder JC Google Toigs at Newsom.
Is this where you're supposed to say, run, Forrest, run? Oh, yes, my relation. Thank you.
Toigs at Newsom. Thank you so much.
Josh.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.